Welcome back. Yeah, so new day. If you watched the last video, you would have just seen us do a walk around of the cars and everything that we've got to do to progress. So I think in terms of today, we're just going to crack on into it. So, a few areas to start in. We could start doing some exterior stuff, we could do some interior stuff, or we could do some engine stuff. For me, I probably want to crack on and figure out what I'm going to do with the engine. Everything else, I wouldn't say I'm 100% sure on what I'm going to do, but this is one thing that while I've got the cars in the garage, I want to see if we can get this engine running, or at least starting a bit better. So what to do for that? I think we've got some pretty good fuel coming through because it runs. Anyway, oxygen and spark, bang. We need fuel, oxygen, spark, make our bang. So yeah, it's starting a little rough. We're going to check those things first, make sure they're okay. They're probably not. I don't know the last time that, spark plugs or service or anything was done on this car. Not really. So we'll have a look at that, get those at least good. Then we'll see how it starts. And if we have to, we might just whip the starter motor off that one and put it onto this one. See if that makes a difference. I don't know. We'll just try a few things, see what works, what doesn't. So let's just crack on in, eh? So let's see if we can take a bit of a closer look here on the insides of it. So a little oily. I don't really know if that looks too bad, to be honest. We can see we got, where is it? Got the choke. Oh, choke seems to be working all right. A little loose. And I can't see what I'm doing. I got accelerator there. I don't know, seems to be all right to me. We'll be able to have a closer look at the red one in a minute. Now, also was very interested to have a look inside of here. Oh, that one's a bit tight. Oh, Jesus. I also noticed when I pulled this off, this pipe was just sitting like that on the old road to nowhere. No idea what it's meant to go into. Could be heater related, I don't know. But, oh, Jesus. Certainly no, at the moment it goes to nowhere. Oh. Yummy. Some of that in here. Oh yeah. So it's looking a little oily a little wet on the top side here, which it shouldn't do. Not as far as I'm aware. This is not a, it's meant to be a dry filter. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of fuel and all sorts in here. So yeah, is that how it's meant to work? I don't know. So this sat about here. And I presume that, we've got, that's not where the fuel comes in, is it? I don't exactly know what I'm talking about, but I wouldn't have thought that it pumped the fuel in here. If anything, I'd assume that's a bit of a vacuum pump or something that helps it get the right amount of fuel in. But I don't know, I could be wrong. Where are the fuel lines? So, I think, having a look at this, these, yeah, that would be a fuel filter. And these might be return lines or I don't know what, but I'm pretty sure this is the fuel lines over here. Pretty sure they sneak down the driver's side. They come in to the side here, and yeah, don't exactly know. Yeah, maybe I should find out. Either way, we've got it off. This certainly looks like a bit of a problem. It's a bit knackered, so hopefully that one's got a good one in it. We can just throw that in it, see if that makes an improvement. Probably losing at least 50 horsepower right here, so we'll get a better one of these in. I think that should be no problem at all. We'll check the spark plugs now. Woohoo! Check it out. Yeah, a bit corroded. Not the finest example of a spark plug that you'll ever see, and the gap is gigantic. That's got to be two mils at least. They look pretty worn. Yeah, not convinced that these spark plugs and you can look on the outside. Yeah, I felt kind of hear some crunchiness down there. Kind of did wonder if they were rusted. So yeah, these are definitely past the use by date. And this could be the reason. This could be all it is for why we are struggling to start up. So yeah, we've got all 4 out. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're all pretty shot, pretty bad condition. Number 3, the last one I took out, is probably in the best condition, although how could you really tell? It's just the one that's least corroded, least worn out, although it is quite worn. So yeah. Oh, don't mix them up. Wow, not that it matters. Kind of needs a whole new set, doesn't it? Anyway, that's probably it. Well, we'll whip some out of the red one now. And have a look at them, hopefully in far better condition than what we've just found here. Oh, there we go. This one's in far cleaner condition. Still a little grimy, but I could probably do with a new one, but hey, look, that'll do for now. Much better. Yeah, this one's looking far cleaner, just from first impressions, and yeah, and not as brown, not as burnt up, this carb, and it looks to be in pretty good working order. So yeah. Oh, and we can see just at the back here, I don't know if you can see that, lots of oil coming out of here. It was described as a small oil leak, but I think I'll put a tray underneath now, because what I found in the morning was there was a bit more than a small oil leak. So plenty coming out the back, and that's why I could smell oil as well. It's just getting on the hot engine. But as far as the carb goes, this one looks in pretty good condition. It's especially on the inside, nice and clean, not brown. I can see the fuel injection coming through nicely, and yeah, works pretty good. So outside of this one is a little bit more rough, I'd say, than the other carb, but on the inside of this carb, it's definitely in better condition. So that's that. Let's check on the spark plugs. So, we've got both sets here. This is the old ones, so they're definitely in a much more perishable state. They're definitely looking a little corroded in there. These ones, they're a bit sooty, a bit oily, but generally don't look as worn or as knackered, but probably could still do with some new ones. But yeah, these ones look in far better condition, which is of no real surprise. So that's that for you. Edward. Anyway, so what next? Well, I think I'm definitely going to take the gearbox from the white car. Now, in terms of what engine do I use, I don't know. Haven't quite decided. I just don't like that this one's got a rocker cover leak. But to be honest, that's about all that's wrong with it. And some parts on it a bit more rusty and a little bit more corroded than the white one over there. But all in all, I think internally this one is probably better. I think it's got less kilometers. Seems to have less kilometers. It's definitely running better and starting already. Maybe I shouldn't, go swapping around, dissecting too much, asking for too much trouble. So maybe it's better if we just keep this engine in this car. And what we will do is, I'm not quite sure if you can, surely you can, get the gearbox out without taking out the whole engine. Now, I don't have a hoist, so that's going to be a bit of a fun mission, but hey, look, we'll figure something out. So yeah, I think we will keep this engine. I think that's what I'm going to do. Sounds smart, right? This engine runs, starts well. In terms of getting the spark plugs out was so much easier on this one because, as we saw on the white one, that the spark plugs were there's a bit of corrosion around them. They were so damn tight. Thought I was going to snap everything, just trying to loosen them up, get them out. Because of that, the leads are probably a little bit buggered. We've got good ones here. This one just came out easy. So, this block seems much healthier. Some of the accessories and attachments, they're a little corroded, a little rusty, but hey, maybe we could switch them out. In terms of the rocker cover, it's leaking. So I think that is one more job we will do today. I don't know that we're even going to bother trying and getting that other engine running, seeing if it runs good. It starts. That's about all we need. We've seen probably why it doesn't start so well, hasn't been maintained. Pretty obvious. Very easy fix though, if you want to get it running better, and no real issue. So what I think we will do is this rocker cover, the seal on it, the gasket is not so much good. What we can do is get some rocker cover seal, and might also just take the one from that car. Now I'm not sure if you can reuse them. I don't have any of these washers. Might see if I can get some of those and maybe some rocker cover seal just to be super duper safe. But yeah, I think that's what we will do next on this. Don't have any parts, so might have to go quickly down to the shops for 5 minutes so that we can get this job done. So yeah, turns out the shops are closed. Bit of daylight savings over the weekend, and it was all very sunny outside, and I thought, oh, you know what, we've probably still got an hour till the shops close. It turns out the shops were closing as we spoke. So instead, I've gone and made myself a nice cup of tea, and I guess we'll just carry on. I think we'll just swap over the rocker covers, and I hope for the best. Yeah, let's get into it. So yeah, I think I don't know how well this is going to show up. Don't drop it. I'm going to get a bit closer for the. But the reason for the failure is nothing. It's pretty simple. We don't need to get complicated. Right here is a big old crack. So yeah, this gasket is no good at all. Yeah. So I mean, a bit annoying the shops are closed because, well, I mean, we can check out what's on the white one and install it in here, but you know, that one's probably got an old used one as well. Really, I just want a new one on this car because I think I'm going to keep this engine like that. Yeah, it's not really a design flaw or anything, it's just that seal is buggered. I suppose what I'll do first is I'll actually see if they've got any of these in stock, because that's what I'll pick up tomorrow if they've got some good ones. So I'll do that right now, and if not, we're going to be whipping the one off the white car and throwing that on. So yeah, I'm going to do that, and in 3, 2, 1, and we're back. So yeah, had a look online and might be able to get one, but it's on special order, so I don't know how long that's going to take. So I think for now we've got one in the white car, so why don't we just, you know, a little woohoo, you know, take, you know, boop, 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 just like that, bit of magic. So yeah, let's get it done. Very grimy. Now, I don't know how well that's showing up for you, but yeah, there's a lot of oil burnt and caked on inside of this engine. Yeah, it could do with a bit of a cleanup, definitely for sure. But you know, we are not doing that today. We're not pulling this out and cleaning it up. As it is, it's, you know, it's running. It's not too bad. It's just been yeah, had an oil change or two forgone in its life. But anyway, that's that. There's a few other parts on here that I think I might pull off as well at the same time. They just look in better condition than you know, some of the accessories on this. So we might pull off and swap over a couple of those things. Yeah, carry on. So yeah, I mean, after all that fuss, I mean, we've got a few extra parts off the car, you know, little bits that are slightly better condition. Was it worth it? I don't know about that. There are a few parts on the car that, truth be told, just more hassle than it's worth. I don't even know why I'm bothering. Anyway, got the rocker covers here. You might be able to tell they don't quite look the same. So this is the one off the white car, and we'll bring that up for a bit of a closer inspection. That oil is just caked on hard in there, worse than a gaggle of geese. That is burnt solid. Anyway, in this one, a lot more oily. It almost looks like it's been spray painted on the inside. It's got this golden tinge to it, and you can see a bit of overspray. Bit weird. Don't know why you do that. Spray the inside of a rocker cover. But yeah, this is the one with the shit gasket. But yeah, it's pretty grimy. But as you can see, nowhere near as caked and full of crud as that one. So this one will go back on the car. We're just going to flick over the gaskets. So that really all we're doing is changing which car is going to be leaking oil on the garage floor. Oh, we'll see if we can give her a small clean. Get some of this gunk out of the way the best that we can. Get yourself a bit of a rusty blade and just be careful not to score the metal. Tell you what, there's not actually too much point to me using the blade because I cannot get my fingers or anything in there for a good angle to even clean it up, slightest so. We'll just continue with the cloth. Yeah, there's a lot of gunky gasket sealer back here. Just try and get these chunks out. We don't really want them in the engine. Bugger it. We're not hoping for perfection, just for better than what we had.
Oh, hello. Voiceover Willie here again. Sorry to say, but I've had to sack Jack. He was our audio guy. Anyway, audio Jack, but he messed up the files and it replaced it all with some weird ticking noise. But don't worry, you didn't miss out on much. We're working away and we kind of regretted swapping over some of the car parts between the cars. As this bit here we got a bit stuck on for the better part of an hour trying to slide this tiny C-clip back onto the accelerator lever with absolutely no spare room to speak of. Even Puzzle, our little cat, had to check on me a few times as she was just as worried about what I'd done and that I would risk losing the clip down the back of the engine. Anyways, we eventually won the battle there and got the car started again, and we did some checks for some oil leaks. And all was good with the world again. Spent some time in the engine bay. We did notice that somebody had previously tried to remove the headlights, kind of like we initially tried with our white Ace. But instead of foolishly cutting out the bumper, they ripped out the headlights instead, breaking the brackets and plastic welded them back together, it seems. You tell me if that was a better idea or not. Anyway, we also noticed that the front grille had been oddly attached here. There was no damage to the clip holes once we removed the makeshift bracket, so we can only assume they misplaced these, and instead of hanging loose with two clips, they monkey wrenched some metal and screws in there. Anyway, lastly we decided we had to take off the inner fenders to get the bumper off, and we'd kind of been avoiding this as whoever replaced the last set of clips put oversized bumper clips in place all over there. So these were insidiously difficult to remove and we were just hurting our fingers even just trying to get at them. And well, you know, once again, it's after midnight and lying down on the floor, I could hear some sweet, sweet lullabies singing to me to a softer bed upstairs, and I decided that this was as good a time as any to call it for the night. Anyways, now that I think about it, it could have been my data transfer specialist technician that corrupted the files when uploading them to the PC. Sorry, Audio Jack, you're still fired. Found a new guy anyway. I can't remember his name, but he does have a blue tooth. Anyway, that's it. Peace out. See you in the next video.